Hi, welcome to Abdominal Conditioning with me, Rob, from the Gym Tin. I hope you're well. Welcome to this evening's session. Okay, grab yourself a pint of water, take a sip, lick around your lips, and hydrate. Cheers. So, tonight's class, all about targeting and strengthening up the abdominals, the obliques, and also our back muscles as well, all at the same time. Put on some nice, quiet tunes for this training session. So you've got some nice, quiet movement. We're going to be doing lots of exercises, nice and slowly, big, long reaches, trying to work through hip mobility, chest, and shoulder movement as well. All the muscles that basically allow these guys to do their job of flexion, lateral movement, lateral bends, etc. Okay, so from here, find a space, check around one way, check around the other, make sure your hands aren't going to go into anything. Check above your head, make sure your hands aren't going in any light fittings either. Okay. So from here, let's shake it out. So our feet are a fist gap apart. Our pelvis driven forward into position. We're going to raise up into a calf raise and back down again. I want you to try and slow everything right down. So the primary jobs of these guys throughout our day-to-day when we're walking is a lot of stability. So they don't work particularly fast throughout our day. So if you do lots of ab exercise and you're really crunching through nice and hard and fast, think about what these guys are doing. So the next thing I want you to think about is, are these muscles engaged here? Are you strong as you lift? Can you feel these muscles? If you can't, something wrong. You should be able to feel these muscles here. And I don't want the excuse of, well, there's adipose tissue and everything else. Yeah. Should still be able to feel this engagement and your back engagement here. Now, if you can't, keep working on your calf raises. It's likely that your pelvis is tilted out of position. It's likely that you're rounded. So we need to lift. We need to push and raise up into that calf raise. Strong lift, strong lower. Abs nicely engaged, glutes firmly engaged as well. Now, as you're working through this, I want you to feel big toe, little toe, flat down to the floor. Can you lengthen your body up? Can you keep your chin lifted? This is one of the best exercises. If you think about a plank and you think, oh, I can't hold a plank for very long, try and hold this in proper posture and proper position. If you're thinking this is really easy, I guarantee A, your glutes aren't engaged, B, your abs aren't engaged, C, lower back's not engaged, or your shoulders out of position. You should be able to feel all four of those on every single lift. And by now, you should be feeling your calves because they're working really hard. Let your fingers relax. Watching a few people on Zoom quite tight here. Just relax the fingers. Lift. Cool. So as we lift and lower, we're now going to tilt to side. Now, the natural tendency here is that you'll want to go kyphotic. I want you to stand straight. So kyphotic is rounding of the shoulders. Lowering each time. Strong calf raise. Strong finger drop down to the side. Tighten the glutes. Posture strong. Lifting and lowering through that calf raise every time. Two more here. One more here. And release. Okay, forward hinge. Feel a nice lengthening through the lower back. Stand into calf raise. Elevate both arms up high and back down again. Slow control. Hinge from the hips. Right down through into position. Stand into posture, raise onto the ball of the feet, lift high. Anatomically, the thumbs want to be facing back as you come through that range. Hinge, lift, raise, extension. Repeat. And again, every movement, we want to feel the glutes are engaging, the calves are engaging, the abdominals strong, shoulder blades controlled and lift, the back strong through posture, heels coming back down to the ground. And if you're getting this right, you're going to find you go off balance all the time because you're developing muscle strength. If you're finding you're not going off balance, you know you can go higher in the calf raise. You know that you can tighten the glutes more. You know that you can raise and lift better. You can let those arms come behind you stronger and longer. Three more here. Big, strong lift. Two more here. Let that breathing relax. Keep the strength in the calves, the hamstring, the quadriceps, the glutes, the posture. So important. And release. Shake it out. From here, calf raise, hold, side bend. And you're probably going, there's so much calf raises. Maybe this should be a calf training session. Genuinely, it could well be. But can you still feel what we talked about at the start? Those big toe to little toe flat to the floor. And we're working through that side bend here. Now you're going to find your chest is going to drop forward. Again, this kyphotic rounded shoulders position. Let's pull your shoulders back. Drop. Engage these glutes. Keep it strong. Slow, controlled lift and lower. Keep your shoulders back into plane. Imagine there's a sheet of glass that goes through your body here. You are one plane of glass here, not a rounded plane of glass. Think if that glass was rounded, how easily it would shatter. Think about the strength of your body. Can you maintain your posture? If you're finding this easy, grab some weights, but remember you're still in this calf elevation. Your glutes are still engaged. That pelvis is still tilted into that forward position. Four more here. Three more here. Two more here. Last one. Come on, keep going. Strong side bends. Still in that calf raise elevation. The glutes engaged. And release. Shake it out. Walk out. Can you feel how much your feet have worked? How much your calves have worked? How much your glutes have worked to hold you into that position? Abdominal training isn't just about how many sit-ups you can do. That's how we got it wrong in the fitness industry. It's about what do these guys do and how do they stabilize and how does the trunk work? Grab a drink of water. Cheers. Okay, let's take it down to the floor. Okay, first of all, lengthen the torso, lengthen the body out. So stretch out tall, push the arms back and high above you. And release. From here, feet come flat to the floor, pelvis reach up into a back bridge position here. Now we're going to have our feet still that fist gap apart. Our hands down by our side, fingers webbed open wide. We're going to lower the hips down to the floor. Breathe out, push up high into bridge. And guess where we're going? Yep, we're going to walk the heels in and come into the calf raise as well. Step back, slow and controlled. Lower the hips back down to the ground. Now, there's a couple of things you'll notice if you do this right. Lift. Glutes are going to get nicely engaged because we're now going to fire our hamstrings and walk those feet in. We're going to get up high on the ball of the feet. We're going to make sure big toe to little toe are flat down to the floor. The quadriceps are nicely engaged here. Now, stay on the ball of your feet and walk your foot back. Allow this foot to lower heel to the floor and then back down to the floor. You should feel everything in this exercise. Might be lower back, might be middle back. It might be abdominals, step, definitely glutes, definitely calves. Step the foot back to flat foot, step the other foot to flat foot, slowly lower back down again. It is a subtle exercise, and if you do this really quickly, you'll miss out on it. So push bridge, walk, strength, glute bridge, calf raise. Extend it and hold it. Make sure you change that foot that kicks away before you lower down. Now, as we work through this, we'll make it a little bit harder. Up onto the calf raise. And again, this foot's going to come forward, back down, and I want you to curl through the spine. So you're slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lowering that back down to the ground. So bridge, step, tummy high, get the pelvis up, raise up onto the ball of the foot. Keep the gap between the knees the same, that fist gap apart. Step this lead foot back, foot flat to the floor. Other foot flat to the floor. Glutes are great and engaged. Curl through the spine, lower the back to the floor, lower back down. Stretch out both legs this time. Shake off your legs. And you should be able to feel from your toes, you should be able to oscillate through the whole of the leg. So you're opening up through the neck of the femur. So the top of that thigh joins into your pelvis here. So it's rolling. You should be able to feel the whole of the leg. Step back in for me. Push up high into back bridge. We step in. The bridge is high. The pelvis engaged. We rise up onto the ball of the feet. The foot steps back, arch back through the spine. Go again. Lift, abs nicely braced. Step back in. Ball of the foot raised, glutes engaged, pelvis tilt up. Step the foot away to go to flat foot, still on the ball of the foot of the other. Step back into position, curl through the spine. Well trained. Roll to the right side. Stretch yourself out long on the side of your body. Okay. Now, depending on the strength of your back and your abdominals and your obliques, you should be able to raise both legs up and back down again. Now, if you struggle with that, knee flex for me, and you're going to work through the side leg raise here. Okay. Now, find the level that suits. And if you can, you keep the legs separated at the same time. Now, you might find the bulbous point of your hip might get a bit agitated or a bit aggravated. So maybe go for an extra thick mat or a cushion here if you do feel that. Now, this top arm, we're going to see if we can work some movement into it. So we're going to extend both arms up overhead. We're going to squeeze our ears. We're going to lengthen and we're going to tuck the left elbow into the left knee and hold. We're going to try and keep this bottom leg off the floor. We're going to extend the leg back out and stretch. We're then going to tuck the knees in and back again. Off we go again. Tuck, balance and hold. Breathe out, extend. Keep the arms extended overhead. Tuck both knees up. Come back out to extension. Flex again. Side lane double tucks are tough. Again, every movement slow and controlled. We're trying to keep both knees off the floor. Side obliques, external oblique, internal oblique, working really hard. Keep those arms extended. Tuck both knees in again. One more here. See if we can get a nice, strong, straight line through the body before you tuck again. And release. Shake it out. Roll over to the other side. Again, laying on that side hip, stretch yourself out tall, extend both arms up overhead, hands come together, the toes point away behind you. Again, we're looking for a straight line from the forehead, through the nose, through the belly button, through to the toes. Again, we're trying to keep those legs lifted. Again, if it's too much, flex your knees into a slightly easier position. I'm going to tuck. And you might find that one side is way more flexible than the other. So we extend back out. We're going to tuck both knees up and again into the front. The movement needs to be slow and controlled. And again, each time we're trying to keep that lower leg off the floor through the movement here. Every time again, we're trying to get a straight line from our hands through our belly button, through the knee, through to the toe. Still trying to keep that lower leg off the floor. Last one here. Oh. You can make the noises if you want to. Tell it's a good workout. And release. Good work. Roll back onto your back. So feet flat to the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Hold up into a crunch. Shoulders back, chest up. Extend the right leg. Flex. Extend the left leg. Flex. And release. You might find your neck muscles working hard here. And if you want an extra challenge here, see if you can keep your feet off the floor so they hover. So we extend, drag it back in, extend, and relax. And again, breathe out, pull up. Every time that head coming back to the floor, relaxing the neck muscles off before we sit up again strong, lift the feet, stretch, stretch, and release. 3 more here. Two more here. One more here. And rest. Stretch out. Push your arms up overhead. Point your toes away from your body. Stretch and release. I'm going to roll to one side. Pick up through into a quad stretch. Push your hips forward. Shoulder blades back into position. No gap between the knees. Head rested. Nice big stretch at the front of that thigh. You have a choice here. You can roll over, or you can just pick up the lower leg here. If you feel like you've got the strength of the upper leg through the glutes to be able to hold the top leg up off the floor. If you don't feel like you got it, just roll to the other side. Feel a nice big stretch to the other hip, through the other quadriceps. And from there, releasing, slowly taking yourself back up through into standing. And from here, we're going to forward hinge. Feet fist gap apart, toe to heel flat to the floor, big toe, little toe flat down. Feel a nice big stretch all the way through the back of your legs. Fold your arms, put your elbows down to the ground. Feel a lovely extension through your lower back. We're going to unfold the arms. We're going to slowly take back up through into standing to stretch, to elongate. We're going to come up onto the ball of the feet. Take the arms out wide, thumbs up high, web the fingers out wide. Drop down. Interlock your fingers, roll one way, roll back the other way. Really well trained. Hope you enjoyed that training session. Just take a notice about your posture now. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're standing taller? Do you feel like the shoulder blades are retracted back in? If you've done that live, give me a hashtag live. Done it on replay, hashtag the replay. Let me know how you get on with it. As always, if I can help, get in contact, send me a message. Always glad to help people out. So get in contact if I can help. Okay, grab yourself a good drink of water. Really well trained. I'll see you next time for the next one. Well trained. Cheers.